Welcome to the training on the State Land Trust,
provided by the Utah Association of Public Charter Schools.
Thomas Jefferson believed that public education was vital to the success of our new government. As each state joined the Union, Congress granted the state lands to be set aside in trust for the support and revenue of vital public institutions. Utah's land was set aside for 12 specific institutions, including public education. Today, Utah's 3.4 million acres of land are managed by SITLA, State of Utah School and Institutional Trust Lands Administration. They generate revenue through energy and mineral leases, rent, royalties, sales, and easements. SITLA deposits the proceeds into permanent endowments for each beneficiary. A percentage of the earnings are given to schools each year to use for their needs, within certain parameters. The School Land Trust at the Utah State Board of Education supports and oversees the program for public school beneficiaries. Each school district in Utah elects a school community council to be trained, formulate a plan, and spend these funds for the needs of the school annually. In charter schools, this role is filled by the Charter Trust Lands Council. If a school board has a two-parent or grandparent member majority, the school board can fill this role instead of forming a Charter Trust Land Council. If your charter school board does not meet the two-parent majority, you must hold elections and set up governing bylaws for the committee. Whichever body is fulfilling the role of school council, they must make sure to follow all the required steps. Those steps include watching a required training video, preparing and approving a plan for how to spend funds, and holding open and public meetings that are posted on the Public Meetings Notice website. This includes 24-hour notice of meetings with agenda, minutes, bylaws, board member names, and contact information. If you do not use your governing board for your council, the governing board will need to approve the final plan. Decisions should be made using the most recent data to determine the critical needs of your school and align with your teacher and student success plan, formerly known as the School Improvement Plan. For example, recent state testing shows that your school is behind the state average in science. Your teacher and student success plan identifies a focus on additional professional development and curriculum in this area. You could decide to pay for a trainer in your science curriculum to come in and train teachers. You could also choose to purchase additional kits to enhance your science curriculum. You may pay for aides to work an extra hour each month so teachers can meet during the school day in PLCs, professional learning communities. Your goal is that these expenditures will improve your state testing scores by 2% in science. The plan must be specific, measurable, attainable, and student-centered. Then ensure that money spent is used for allowable and approved expenses. There is an amendment process if needs change. You also need to include a component for school safety and digital citizenship. In most cases, this means that you ensure bullying and internet safety training is presented at your school as required by law. You do not need to provide the training, only make sure it is available to students. These funds should be used for academic purposes to enrich the student's experience, not to fund things that the school should already be doing, such as fixed costs of doing business or extracurricular activities. Some areas, such as character or leadership training, have a limit on the amount of funds spent. Incentives or rewards for students who meet a goal also have a limit. Specific requirements for what does and does not meet the criteria can be found on the School Land Trust website. The program has a strict reporting schedule which includes: before October 1st, the previous year's expenditures are finalized. Before October 20th, council membership form, principal assurances form, and prior year's final report entered. Before November 1st, brand new schools are required to enter their plan, principal assurance form, and membership report. Before April 1st, progress report, school plan for the upcoming year, and signature form, which needs to be signed by all members. This can be done electronically. Make sure you have completed the necessary steps and given your plan to the school board to be reviewed and approved in an open and public meeting prior to the deadline. If your school board only meets once per month, that may mean you need to have the completed necessary steps a month before the deadline. The state's suggested charter council timeline is shown here. The steps will be almost the same if your governing board is serving in this role. The state Schools and Land Trust website at schoollandstrust.org has many resources available to you under a tab just for charter schools. You will find an annual timeline, tips about how to fill in reports, and required training videos. We hope that you've learned about the Land Trust and where to go if you need more information. We wish you all the best in governing your school. This training was brought to you by a grant from the Utah State Charter School Board.